So, Ian Hutchinson, I'd like to take you back on your TT memory bank and ask you your first memories of coming to the TT.
First memory as a sort of member of public coming to watch the TT was 1997. I was 17, just passed my bike test the previous year. Met up with a group of lads in my local pub that were into bikes. They were 3 or 4 years older than me, and they'd been coming to the TT every year. So we had a homestay just down the road from the paddock. Didn't really know what to expect or anything. I just got on the ferry with a big rucksack and on my TZR 250, and within not so very long of being on the island, I flipped a wheelie and my bike was half wrecked. So yeah, not ideal first visit.
Was that on the prom?
It wasn't on the prom actually, it was on one of these back roads.
And what was your first memory of seeing the course itself, the racing?
The memory that sticks out most from seeing the racing is sitting on a banking in absolute glorious sunshine at Rencullen. And I picture it every single lap that I ride past it now, because you can't sit there anymore, so nobody is sat on that grass banking. But yeah, it was, we all got sunburnt, we all sat and had a couple of beers, and it was just, you know, something I'd never seen before, and I wasn't like so totally taken by it as in I wanted to do it, you know. I just came to watch, never had one thought of coming to race a TT, but you know, it looked pretty cool.
As a racer, you probably didn't get much chance to watch now, but if you were going back to watch, where would be your place to go now?
Yeah, well, not the last few years, but from my accident in 2010, I had a couple of years of watching, so I went out all over the place, and I stopped at David Knight's house one year, so I was up all over that side of the island and finding little side road. I don't know the name of everywhere, but there's a little bit after the council yard. There's like a right-hander, and you come through a ford to get to it to watch. So I've sat there and I watched the sidecars there actually. I don't really watch much of the sidecars, but they were spectacular through there because it's really, really bumpy, right-hander and into a left and really fast approach. To watch the solos, I watched in 2012 when I did ride with a broken leg for Swan Yamaha. I watched a race at the bottom of Bagara, and it was just breathtaking really. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and that's again another thing that sticks with me every time I come to it. I picture what I've seen when I was watching. But yeah, I mean, there's so many places to go watch. The obvious ones are bottom of Braille, and I mean it's pretty impossible unless you're up really early to go and watch there now, because it's about 20 deep, but there's so many fantastic places to go watch.
And as a rider, what are your favourite parts of the course?
I never really have a favourite part, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if it's like the sort of excitement of finishing a lap and starting a new lap, but a flying lap through the grandstand down Bray Hill is a really, really special feeling, you know. And then, like I say, I don't know if it's because the actual flying down Bray Hill on a flying lap at that speed's the exciting bit, or if it's just getting to start another lap, or you've just finished a lap and actually made it round and you're going again, or I don't know what it is, but I just always get, you know, a really good vibe going down Bray Hill flat out.
If you look at the sector times, are there areas where you think you can improve still?
Yeah, there's always areas, but it sometimes comes down to what bikes you're on, what tyres you're on, and different things work in different areas around here. So, you know, it's not necessarily down to you being not so good in an area, or, you know, I bring everything I can bring from what I ride in British Championship to ride here, and you know, I ride the best I can, and just always looking for where I can improve.
Looking forward to this year, how's preparation gone, both for you personally and the team?
Yeah, it's gone good. It's only the second time ever that I've stayed with the team for a second year. So it's really nice going through winter. I mean, sometimes you feel really excited that you've got a new bike for the new season, but I'm more excited about the fact that I've got the same bike, because I know what I've got, and going out to Spain there was no apprehension, you know. This time last year I loaded the van up myself and drove out to Spain early because I wanted to make sure I definitely got on with the bike, and you know that I was sharp before the testing started, whereas this year I knew what my bike was. I got out there, jumped straight on it. You know, when we went to Almeria, my second flying lap was, you know, right on the pace. So we've introduced a few things for this year to improve the bike, and you know, you always go forward, so I'm, you know, looking forward to it really.
And lap speeds, obviously they're still climbing every year. You're pushing them along with one or two other riders, but have you got a sort of target that you think's achievable this year?
No, I never look at lap times because I mean, we were lucky with the weather last year. I think the pace was always going to be fast. I nearly did 130 on the very first night of practice, so but we got every single night of practice. We got the Saturday practice back, which we haven't had for a few years, so I think I did 6 laps on a 600 on Saturday night. So you know, we were flying through the week, and everybody's times. I think you'll find nearly everybody did their best ever time at the TT last year, so it's pointless aiming for a time. You just need to be the fastest in the conditions you've got.
Last year, Ian, there were some tensions between you and Michael Dunlop, and are those in the past now, or where are we going?
I think it all got focused on being between myself and Michael, but that's because we were sort of head to head in every single race. You know, the tension was around the whole TT itself. You know, there was a lot of things went on at last year's TT, and I seen some pretty horrific accidents, and the races, it all just built up, and then there was all the stuff with the 600 races, and you know, it just kind of built up along just from tension of racing here, I think, and maybe got a bit out of hand, but I don't have any problem with Michael, and you know, I shook his hand at the Ulster and you know, wanted to continue as we were. You know, I don't come racing to make friends with people, but I don't think there's any need for us all to be enemies, so it is what it is.
Ian Hutchinson, thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.